peeps, my peeps, my peeps. It's time for that talk. Little disclaimer to start this off with. Mommy, if you see this particular video, please scroll on through. I am going to say some angry words that is not, I guess, what you would want to hear from your classy young daughter, but I'm gonna say them because I'm angry, so please just scroll on by and act like you didn't even see this. All right, I'm angry. And as much as it feels good for a few seconds to insult the racist shitbag assholes that believe they're running the show here, it's not solving the problem. I jotted down some notes because, a lot of notes, because when I feel like this and I have so many different thoughts in my head, it's very hard for me to convey and communicate what I'm really trying to say without going off on a bunch of tangents, okay? So when you see me looking down, I'm trying to follow my notes, and I've already gone off on a tangent with that. So what are we doing? What are we doing? There is so much wrong with this country right now. And I'm just trying to figure out when exactly the right to bear arms in this country became more important than making common sense laws to save the lives of the citizens of this country. When did that happen? When did it become so commonplace for us to turn on the TV and see this carnage? And for us, and we've become so desensitized to it that we're just kind of like, oh, thoughts and prayers. I'm so sad. Thoughts and prayers to their families, and then we shut off the news and we go on about our day. I know it affects me. It affects me in such a way that I find myself thinking of all the things that I want to say if I were ever to encounter one of these shitbags out in the street. I mean, and it keeps me up at night. The sadness that I feel in my heart for the way certain people in this country are treated keeps me up at night. And we have a very big problem with white supremacists who think this country belongs to them. And it doesn't. It doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to any of us. We belong to this country. Okay? This land does not belong to us. We belong to the land. And it boggles my mind that that there can be so, there's more of us than there are of them. There's more of us than there are of them. But even one is too much. And I just don't understand. It boggles the mind on how this group of idiots found it so easy to follow this cancerous scab sitting in the White House like a bunch of storied lemmings following their leader right off of a cliff. And it's gotten to the point where I know people who are afraid to go outside, including members of my own family. And we can sit here and insult and blame these racists all we want, but they are just reacting to the second nature of what they are. soulless creatures who have been given the right to bear arms in this country with their sociopathic mental states. It's what they are. And those rights were given to them by this government, who apparently values the money that they take from the NRA more than the lives of their constituents. That's what it means. And I think maybe, like, what will it take for this to change? Will it take one of Congress's family members to be shot and killed by one of these fucking psychopath racists before they decide that maybe this is a little more serious than we thought, and, you know, we should change something? So, you know, it's up to us. We have to do something. We have to do more. And I know that there's people out there, and we have our boots to the ground, and, you know, we're out there when we're protesting, and we're saying we want change, and we're hitting up the congressman, and we're making all these angry posts on social media outlets. It's not enough. It's not enough. We need to take a cue from those amazing fucking patriots in Puerto Rico, and we need to head to Washington, millions and millions deep. That's what we need to do. I mean, shit, I feel like I'm at a loss here, and I was actually having this discussion with my sister today and thinking to myself, you know, I have a few paid vacation days that I would willingly take to go over there and get this started. But I feel like, where do we begin? But we have to start. We have to start somewhere. We need to roll up on the White House millions deep, just like Puerto Rico did, and demand that this regime gets overhauled and shit needs to change. Because I don't understand why I have to feel afraid for my brown-skinned, kinky-haired son to walk out of this house to go do what he wants to do with his friends, and I have to be up all night worrying that some fucking white racist pig ass hat is gonna start some shit with my son just because he's not white. I don't want to have to be afraid for my grandson who's starting kindergarten every time he enters his new school, and just the thought of another Sandy Hook. And the shit with this, oh, you know, you guys are taking this too far, you know, these are isolated incidents. They're not fucking isolated incidents anymore. It's incident after incident after incident. It is becoming commonplace. It's a fucking problem. And we cannot count on that testicular cancerous smegma bag that got thrown into the White House by the Electoral College to do anything for us. We can't. Look what's going on at the borders. Children being ripped from their parents, and these people are locked in these disgusting cages and being treated less than animals. You know, and we've closed our eyes to so many things, to police brutality, to the, you know, we can't do it anymore, to what's going on with LGBTQ. We have to do something. It's time. So I went off on my rant, kind of veered off my notes a little bit, but I don't know. DM me, make some comments. Let's figure this out. We gotta start somewhere.